Our next guest is a true community hero, a living legend, and a living archive. A living archive is a serious thing. Some people that are alive have some stories that are not documented formally, and I'm going to take full advantage of that. So ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for Fatman. Yes. Stars take time, it's okay, there's no rush. Thank you. Nice
Take your time now.
Take your time.
Take your time.
Thank you. Take a seat, sir. Oh, what a gentle. You charm becomes you. Take a seat. Wonderful. Did they stop applauding before you reached here? All right. Kenneth Gordon in St. Anne's, Jamaica on the 16th of September 1946 to Leon and Hilda Gordon.
That's right.
Okay. You are the second of 11 children.
Yes.
Wait for this, ladies and gentlemen. All of Leon and Hilda's children, so all of his brothers and sisters are born to Leon and Hilda. Another one. All 11 children.
All 11.
To the same parents. All of you are Leon and Hilda's children. That's just beautiful. You grew up in the countryside where you spent a lot of your time simply thinking about life and how to develop yourself. So you're another thinker. For a while you were raised by an aunt and spent a lot of time moving between town and country. This made it difficult for you to make friends. Now, you came to England in a very cold March in 1962. When you arrived at the airport, you waited and waited, but there was no one there to meet you. Where were they? Tell us about that day.
When I reached them there Victoria wait for me.
Oh.
Victoria.
Yes.
I'm in the airport.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was there and there was a coach outside moving people backward and forward.
Yeah.
And I was watching what was happening. But the time was so cold, I keep going back inside.
Yeah.
So anyway, when the last one was leaving out, I decided to go on that one. And it's when I reached Victoria, I realized everyone was down there waiting on me.
Okay, but so your instinct just made you just do the right. So did they think that automatically you would come to the Heathrow and it was part of the process for you to come to Victoria?
That's right, yeah, because that's what people used to do. People used to make them way down to Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody couldn't reach. I never worried about people out here at them time.
Yeah, but you didn't know that you had to be at Victoria.
No, I didn't know that.
Okay, so somehow your parents...
My instincts told me that I must take the last coach and go to Victoria.
Wow. So they were there waiting for you. I wonder what happened to you.
What's happening to me?
So there was a big misunderstanding.
That's right.
And I think young people need to hear this story to know that your life can go on without a mobile phone.
That's right.
Yeah? You have to use your wits.
Yes.
That is amazing. Okay, so the decision to send you to England was made 2 years before that, when you were falsely accused of some wrongdoings. I emphasize, falsely accused of some wrongdoings when you were meditating in the hills. Tell us about that incident.
No, I was up in the hills on a tongue side. Thinking, listening to the birds and the bees and whatever was going on around there. Yeah. Some guys were doing some wrong things. They were over on the other side and they were doing what they were doing, and the people crawled up on them and them decided to run.
Yeah.
But I was sitting down and they think it was me. Oh. So I got the blame for it. And then they went down to Mom. Yeah. And Mom blamed me for it because I'm a Kingstonian, so I'm the wrong door.
Okay.
So I get a big blame for that.
Did you get physically chastised as well? Did you get beaten?
I ran away.
Oh, but you were supposed to get... Oh, that's not fair. So what were those young boys doing?
I can't even tell you.
Yeah. Oh, it was quite ugly.
It was quite ugly, yeah.
Oh, and you got accused for something that bad. That's right, not fair at all. So on the strength of that, they decided that you...
Yeah, on the strength of that,
they got sent to England.
My mom called my aunt who was here, and decided to say, send for me, you know, because I was getting out of hand.
Okay, but you weren't really.
No,
you were falsely accused.
No, that's
oh,
right.
I see. Well, at least it brought you to England, and we're grateful for that. We're sorry about the circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're grateful that you made it here. Your first years in London were spent in Hornsey, where you made friends easily. However, your new challenge was navigating life around the Teddy Boys and police. Tell us more about those experiences, Teddy Boys and police.
Well, I had friends who we used to get together on the weekends, and we would go out, and not on the weekends, during the week and things like that. But in those times, you have the Teddy Boys, you have the skinheads, you have all kind of people going around, and you know, we decided to be a force to be reckoned with, because we ain't gonna just stoop for anyone. So we were challenged quite a few times.
When you say challenged, threatened?
Threatened, yeah. Both by Teddy Boys, skinhead, and police.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because the police are another one of the gangs.
Yes, the police are next one of the gang. They used to go, they had this van, the Black Mariah.
Yeah.
Right, they call it the meat wagon.
Yeah.
Yes, so they used to come out, and when they run after us and we run, they would sling them back, try to trip us up and things like that, you know.
Why would they be running after you? Just because it was part of what they did?
Yeah, well,
they would just harass you? That's
yes,
part of the harassment.
and they know, you know if them catch you and put you in that van, what would happen.
Oh, okay.
So before them come to you, you're going to try and get away anyway.
Wow.
Right.
And then with the Teddy Boys now, so these guys roam in packs to beat up black guys.
Yeah.
Were you ever the victim of any of these?
Oh yes, yes.
You were the victim of one?
I was a victim up in Hornsey. One Saturday evening, I was going out from my aunt. Actually, I was carrying partner money.
Yes.
And I was stopped, and them start get after me. But I learned to myself, so well then, when these guys rush you, don't let them get you on the floor.
How many were there?
Well, about 6 or 7 of them, something like that, yeah.
And you were on your own?
Yeah, I was on my own.
And they came to
do
whatever, and you know that you're not going to lose that partner money.
That's right.
Yeah.
I did drop it though.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but I picked it up after.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I'm run.
Oh, they ran?
Yes. I had one of them, and there was a bar up across. I had one with his neck, and he started bawling out, and I wasn't gonna let that. So when they see that now, the rest of them run.
Wow, you see those are the stories we like.
Yeah, man, we get that one 2 kick and them.
Yeah. I'm not advocating violence, but sometimes you have to fight with fire. Yes, I'm not seeing the rest of the audience clapping. Maybe I'm just an aggressive woman. Yeah, but I'm feeling that story.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Who do you think they are? 6, you know, 6 people, and you're not applauding them. Yeah. Come on. Because it's really not just about the violence. It's about respect and forcing people to respect you. Who do you think they are? 6 on 1.
Yeah, well, in those days, if you never stand up for yourself, you know, even the youth of today, they wouldn't have nowhere to go, because we had was to set the foundation.
Thank you very much. That is exactly my point. You see, he's so much more sophisticated than me. That is exactly what I'm saying. That was well put. When you were old enough, you registered with the Labour Exchange requesting work as a mechanic. The result of your request turned out to be work in a timber yard. So you told them that you want to be a mechanic, they sent you to a timber yard, where you stayed for 9 years.
Yeah.
At the timber yard, you met and socialised with other young men from the Caribbean. Now, name some of the clubs you frequented in those early years in Islington, around Finsbury Park, Tollington. You said you're a working young man. What was the nightlife? Can you remember any of the names of the clubs?
Yeah, man, nightlife was, you know, there was quite a few places we used to go. We used to go, we have a club in Holloway Road called Sevens.
Okay.
Morgan, run by a man named Morgan. And we have, and further up the road, we have a place called Sunset and Highbury Corner.
Okay.
Tollington Park, you have Tollington Park Ballroom. And most of the places, most of the town halls, that's where people used to keep things. It used to finish early. but that's where we used to go.
Okay, so you became very active in nightlife culture throughout London.
And not forgetting the good old house dance.
Not forgetting the good old house dance. But you even enjoyed commercial clubs in the West End. You made your way up to the West End.
Oh yes, we make our way in the West End. Flamingo Club and 100 Club and places like that.
Right. So in your early 20s, you began to become active within the sound system culture.
Oh yeah.
Whose sound system were you involved in, and what was your role?
I was an all-rounder with a song called Sir France of the Tropical Downbeat. I used to select for that song. I used to take the song out, string it up, get the sound there and get it back, and make sure everything was going all right. You know, I was an all-rounder.
You was an all-rounder. How did you get to
I was a DJ, I was a selector, I was everything.
How did you get to know Safanso? How did you meet him?
I met him, I think it was Tarleton Park Ballroom, they were playing, you know, and that's how we get to meet.
Okay, and that was your introduction, proper introduction into the world of sound system. So when Safanso left England, you were left without a sound system that satisfied your musical taste, so you decided to start something yourself. The Timber Yards, I love this part, the Timber Yards specialized in making cigar boxes. You experimented with their technique and then developed the expertise into making speaker boxes for sound systems. Tell us more about the process of developing cigar boxes into speaker boxes for sound systems.
Well, we had the machines there and things like that. So, first of all, before I start, when Franco went away, because I tell Franco wasn't to sell the sound, was to leave the sound and just continue with the sound. But he didn't. He took his sound and he said what to sell and everything. I started going to a few sounds around about Stonington, Tottenham, everywhere. But all the sound I was listening to, it's not what I really wanted to hear. So that's when I decided to put my thing together. So from the boxes I was making then as cigar boxes, I decided to make my own sound boxes. That's how that come about, you know, and then put in the front and everything. It sounded that different.
It's not that different, it's just bigger.
Just bigger.
It's exactly the same thing, just increase the scale.
Yes. And put in certain padding and things like that so I can get the sound what I'm really looking for.
Wow. Absolutely marvelous. So from building speakers, how did you eventually pull together all the elements which make a functional sound system, like the mic man, box man? How did that happen?
From the friends I had around me.
Oh.
Yeah, they all joined in with me and they start working alongside with me, like helping me making the boxes, helping me preparing things, helping me getting speakers, helping me getting amplifiers and things like that.
So it just organically comes together.
That's right. And one of the friends, he was a photographer, and he was also into building amplifiers and things like that.
Okay.
And he said he get a Vortexion, what was a Vortexion amplifier those days. He converted.
What's that?
Vortexion was a brand amplifier, a German amplifier.
Oh, it's a brand, yeah, okay.
And we converted into what we wanted.
Oh, excuse us. Wow.
And from there, you know, we started playing and it was sounding good.
Yeah. How would he have known how to convert that?
I don't know, but it was self-taught.
Yeah, you see, this, you know, there's different levels of intelligence. That's for me engineering intelligence.
That's right, it was self-taught because he was a photographer.
You know, and I think with this system that we live in is that only academic intelligence is recognized. You understand what I mean? So for guys of your era, of your generation coming up, if you wasn't a square peg fitting into a square hole, the education system doesn't recognize. But this guy has engineering intelligence. He just knows how to do it.
That's right.
But it wasn't. So thank goodness for sound systems that could, you know, generate and allow him to have an outlet. Yeah. That's
but after we build up and we listened to what were coming out and things like that, he went along to build other sound systems.
Wow.
So it didn't just stop there.
No.
It went across the board.
Absolutely wonderful. Sound systems have fostered and given growth to a lot of people in a lot of ways. So a key aspect for a functional sound system is access to records. Where did you buy your records from?
I buy my records, well, all over. You had a few shops here, there, and everywhere, until I start getting my records from Jamaica. Okay. Direct.
Oh, how did you get that connection? How that?
Well, the connection was through a great friend of mine. Well, we like brothers, which was Bunny and the Blackbeard. More Blackbeard than Bunny. Because Blackbeard, he was working in Bunny shop at the time. And he had connection because when the producers, they make the record, they want an outlet. So it's not like one man take them, everybody had go.
Of course,
get them
yes,
right.
yes.
So they would be selecting record for me.
Right, so that's not a
right. So,
thing, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always getting records. I was always getting records.
Ah, okay. So what's your favorite role when you play out? Tuning the set, selecting, or mic man, or box man, or whatever man? What's your favorite role?
I don't have a favorite role, you know. Wherever I see lacking, that's where I go.
Okay, again, flexible, like Fitzroy.
That's right.
Okay, so let's show some slides of some pictures. Here. Oh, watch this though. So, is this you here?
I am man.
Watch and hear the crew. Absolutely gorgeous. And I like the time. You go from Blackbeard to Greybeard. just to show how long you've been hanging in there. This is a good look.
Just to say, when you look at these pictures,
yes, sir.
What I can say is, all right, let's pick up Friday, like a Friday night. What we were doing them times 50 years ago on a Friday night, we're still doing now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, good. And they clap and I didn't have to tell them to. Yeah, you're still active.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so right now, I want to do a quick session, right? Which I'm going to call Sound System Culture for Dummies. Now, there's a series of books called Whatever for Dummies. So if you don't know about something, this book tells you everything.
Okay.
So let's say that social media for dummies. If you don't know how Facebook works, there's a book called Facebook for Dummies or whatever. Okay, but because you're a living archive, okay, we're going to call this Sound System for Dummies. And there's no wrong answers because you know all the answers to this, I'm sure. What is a dub plate?
A dub plate is an unfinished products. You're going to be putting on a dub plate, which is an acetate.
Okay. So dub plate is part of the process of
making
a record.
Dub plate is an acetate.
It's an acetate and it's part of the process of making a record, so it's an unfinished record.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I see, great. So what's the dub plate special?
A dub plate special is Fatman special. Dennis will make us a song for Fatman.
Okay.
It can't be played by Sir Coxon.
No.
It can't be played by that lady.
No.
Or no one else.
So a dub plate.
It's special. It's specially for me.
So it's somebody's song that mentions your name.
Yes, special.
Okay. So did we understand that, audience? Did we get that? All right. Yeah. Are all pre-release tunes on dub plates? You know, some people say like pre-release.
No, pre-release. What is a pre-release record? A pre-release record is like what you hear Fitzroy talk about earlier on.
Yeah.
Or why I say you're getting records, because when the producers make the record,
yeah,
right, they can't afford to release the record.
Okay.
Right? What they can afford, they might press 100, they might even press 5. Right? So they have an intention to release the record.
Right.
But it's a pre-release before it's been released.
Oh, okay.
Right? So at a later date, if someone hears the record and they want to release the record, they would take it from there and it become released to the public.
Okay, so
pre-release is just, and it's a way of promoting the record then.
Okay.
Right, because when the soundman would buy the pre-release, right, it doesn't reach the public. It doesn't reach the public.
So it shows, right? It shows off that.
Fitzroy can tell you more about that still.
Okay.
Because when Fitzroy is in the shop, I would go to Fitzroy, I found my producer, and I press X amount of record. I would make sure that Fitzroy have X amount.
Right.
A pre-release that he could sell.
Right. So it's promotion, like you said.
It's promotion, because that way the radio and the sound system will get to play it.
I hear you.
And promote it.
Okay, so it's a fully fledged record. And now I wonder if you could help me lay this next one to rest. Could you please, our living archive, define rare groove? What is rare groove?
Rare groove is mainly but is R&B, from the R&B circuit, right?
Okay.
Now what is a rare groove? Rare groove is music that played in the early days, very early days, records that used to play. Come back to what I'm saying. A producer might only press 5, so you have 5 records on the street, right? So it's very rare. You can't get it. That's it become a rare groove.
Oh, okay.
So the only way those records come out now is when people pirate them and put them on different press and sell them as rare groove.
So literally a rare groove is a tune that came out, there was limited editions.
Limited edition.
And so the groove is rare.
The groove is rare.
Because I heard Pete Waterman, on the television. He's a pop producer. And obviously he'd been maybe socializing with some young black cats, I don't know. But he referred to something as being, oh, that's rare groove it is. And I thought, what do you know about rare groove? Do you understand what I mean? And so I think that we have to put, this is being recorded, and you know what you're talking about, and somebody has to define what this category is before it gets defined on our behalf. So many a rare groove, if not most rare groove, aren't reggae music. Why were sound system selectors playing tunes but weren't reggae?
Because black music.
Okay, but you don't play any black music. So is it particular tunes that sit in well with a reggae vibe, with a reggae atmosphere, with a?
Well, I play black music. I play black music over the years, right? Because if you call me to play, I'm coming to play for you. I don't know what your audience is. So I can't come with just reggae music. I can't come with just jazz. Okay. I can't come with just R&B. Okay. I've got to come across the board.
So you play for the people?
That's what makes a good sound system.
You play for the people?
You're entertained.
Okay, I hear you. But you see, so that's why then your repertoire is wide and varied, because tunes like, if you like Pina Colada,
that's right,
and Getting Caught in the Rain isn't a black man, but it's a rare groove.
It's a rare groove.
So it came under a rare groove first, and then you would have that in your box, because you don't know what the people want.
Yeah, but that was quite a popular song to really, I don't know why they call it a rare groove, but it came under the rare groove banner.
Okay.
But it was a popular song.
Okay, cool. So sometimes some things duck under the radar, but originally rare groove was a groove that was rare. Of course, yeah. I'm listening. So Studio One is a label, but does Studio One have a distinct style and sound?
Yes.
Would you know what that? So if you heard a Studio One tune and you didn't know the artist, okay, would you know it was Studio One?
Yes, I would.
Really? What? Why? How?
Studio One. You have Studio One. You have Treasure Isles. You have so many different labels, but Channel One, things like that. Who is in the industry? I don't know about the outsiders. Maybe they can. But we who are moving around the records and listening to the record day by day, we can tell by John play the record over there, we can tell, so that's coming out of Studio One.
Why? Because of the
song.
Yeah, the musicians that they use.
No, because everybody could be using the same musicians. It's because of the studio sound. Dennis, am I right?
Yes.
Because of the studio sound.
And the producers, maybe?
And not so much the producer, like the engineer.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can have me as a producer, but I do not know nothing about as a producer making records. I'm a financer. Right? So I can finance the record, but if you, the engineer, and the artist doesn't know what you're doing, I'm going to spend all night in the studio and come out with nothing.
So are you saying that the studio itself, the physical studio,
create a sound?
Really?
Yes. Create that sound.
The instrument, the equipment.
The equipment, yeah. Because in those days you have you have the same musicians, right? And sometimes you call a musician and we say to yourself, why? I can't fit in now, because I have to go around in the studio there. But him playing a studio one now. So later on in the day him playing somewhere else.
Right.
Right?
And his sound, what he played in Studio One, has a different...
It's different sound. That's why some of the songs there that come out, the same artist, they go back around the song, sing it for a different label. And it still sound different.
Ah, that's deep stuff. Thank you. Don't you think that's kind of deep? Yeah. Living archive, y'all. Okay, last question on sound systems for dummies. Okay, Marvin Gaye could be considered a poster boy for Motown. Who could be considered the poster boy for Studio One?
The Studio One?
Yeah.
Dennis Brown.
Dennis Brown. Cool. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, politics. In the 1980s, during the time you were running your community radio station, RJR, you campaigned heavily on behalf of Bernie Grant. What were the repercussions of being involved in his successful campaign?
Oh, yes. I don't even know if Bernie himself knew that we were campaigning for him. But we had RJR, we had a studio up in Green Lanes at the time. And we were really working towards Bernie thing. And while we were working there, we had a raid.
Oh.
Yes, we had a heavy raid. Don't know who sent them, but somebody sent them.
Right.
They come to the studio and they strip everything.
Took your records?
Everything. And they come with sledgehammers and everything, and they approach it from the back. So you have to come down and then go around. They come down. One set come down there and one set come to the front.
Oh no.
The record.
And prior to campaigning on Bernie Grant, they hadn't bothered you. So you think that it was linked, that he was campaigning on behalf of Bernie?
Yeah, because we were working on behalf of Bernie Grant. That's what it all was about, right? And they came down there, and even it was in the Sun,
Okay.
and the Sun newspaper at that time. Yeah, the Sun newspaper, right? Because those time, you know, them kind of brick phone.
Oh yes.
Just coming out.
Yes, yes.
They were only just coming out. The mobile phones.
Yes.
Right, and we had one then.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they took it, and it was in the papers that when they raid the RGL station, they find sophisticated walkie-talkie.
Well, they better know you're sophisticated.
That's what they were calling it. You know, and they didn't know what it was.
They better get over themselves. Oh, they didn't even know what it was?
They didn't know what
you were so ahead of them.
Yeah, we were like,
oh, shame. Excuse us. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So you are in your early 70s and still active with Fatman Sound. Health and fitness seems to be something you inherited from your parents. Your mother became 97 years old. On the 6th of December, your father will be 100 years old. They're still together and live active, independent lives. And you've been in sound system culture for 50 years and you're still breaking new grounds in your career. Okay? So, let's show some slides of flyers. Okay, so these are flyers over the years. And amongst them is one of the flyers. You played at Glastonbury Festival for the first time this year. This is where I'm saying breaking new ground. That's just one.
Yeah.
You played at the Glastonbury Festival. Tell us about how that came about. Was it connection?
Connection. So the main connector there.
Okay, so through your son flip what?
Stand up flip.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Go on. Yeah, that's nice. And you look so comfortable.
Stand up flip.
Yeah. Come on, give him a round of applause.
So the father, so the son.
Yes, and so he was out doing his thing,
Yes.
and he made that connection.
Yeah.
How was Glastonbury? Was it?
Wicked.
Yeah? And then you must have been really well received, because
Right.
this is authentic. It's not just a sound system, it's an original.
Yeah.
With the original ambassador. They must have loved you.
It wasn't new songs we played, it was all
Well, you do what you do.
from time, yeah.
You do what you do, that's what they want. They don't want no new
That's
songs,
right,
they want
yeah,
what
so-
you do.
Welcome.
I can imagine. Okay, so you have 7 children, 2 of whom are involved with sound systems. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to name all of them. Yeah, and I know sometimes the names could escape you, but Flip will help you. Okay, so come on, because it's on. We're filming this. We want everybody covered. So, go.
Paul, that's General.
General. Okay,
Yeah,
lovely.
Flip
Yeah. Is Flip's original name, or is that a nickname?
is Andrew is his name.
Okay, so Flip. Okay.
Elisha,
Okay.
Tilling,
All right.
Kimmy,
Okay.
Stephen,
Lovely.
over my God.
Just one more. Just one more.
And Natalie.
And Natalie, you see, it wasn't that difficult. You could do it. Okay, so what I think it's to big up 7 children, 7 healthy children, not to be sniffed at. Yeah, we want to check everybody in. Now, you've also produced music, recording songs with artists such as Late Night Blues by Don Carlos and Letter to Myself by Errol Dunkley, with whom you had a label called Music Incorporation. You managed a band called The Instigators. 2 of the musicians were...
One minute. Music Incorporation was a company put together by myself, Errol Dunkley, and Gregory Isaacs.
Oh, that's an important name.
That's
And was it a label?
it's a label also, and we were based in Stanfordville,
Okay.
on top of the bookie shop. That's where we were.
And what were you doing besides being a record label? What else?
We
was
were
happening?
carrying pre-releases and things like that coming in from Jamaica.
All right. Okay. And you managed a band called The Instigators.
Yes.
2 of the musicians were Mafia and Fluxy, considered the British version of Sly and Robbie. Sly and Robbie are the rhythm twins, so it's
That's
bass
right, yes.
and drumming. Okay, so let's play a clip of Errol Dunkley and Errol Dunkley's recording of Letter to Myself, which you produced. I know we haven't got to the spot yet, but I haven't got much time. But who wrote it?
It's a Dover song.
Oh, it's a cover.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, lovely. Okay, now, just looking at your legacy, you've played in Germany, France, Belgium, Sardinia, and Japan. Where would you still like to visit and play music?
Throughout the world, really, there's no barriers.
Yeah. Have you done your thing in Jamaica?
I've played in Jamaica, yes.
Okay, formally?
No.
Okay.
We played there because we were there, you know, but we haven't gone.
Been invited there, yeah. It's a funny thing, isn't it? That's how it works. What do you think is your biggest contribution to reggae music and sound system culture?
My biggest thing, I think, is just getting people together, and especially the young ones, letting them know what is to come,
right,
what to be expected,
yes,
you know, and listen to the elder ones, and you will get there.
I hear you. Why has Fatman Sound survived so long?
Hard work.
Hard work. You're a grafter.
Hard work.
Yes. Hard work in what respect? Just promoting yourselves
As I
continuously.
said, remember I tell you, I'm an all-rounder.
Yeah.
So in every way, you have to work hard. In everything you're doing, you have to be doing it not at a half mark, but you've got to put your full, put your all in it.
I hear you.
And it will work.
And it's still working.
It's still working.
Yeah. So, what's your legacy? What would you like to be remembered for? What's your legacy?
My legacy is moving around and entertaining people.
Be entertaining.
Yeah, be an entertainer.
Yeah, yeah.
Not just one player, but an entertainer.
Oh!
It's a difference.
The difference being?
You can have so many different people playing a song, but the people stand up and looking at them.
Okay.
People looking around.
Okay.
You have an entertainer from the moment, if it's 2 people in the room, you get them dancing.
Oh, wow.
Until they become 200 and they still dancing.
I got you.
That's an entertainer.
Right. And so, Flip is here. I know you've got 2 sons in the industry, and so a chip of his own. But what do you think he's inherited from you, and what have you learned from him from Sound System? Either you can answer either question.
Well, with Flip, everybody said Flip is good and things like that. I mark Flip as being good because of things. My test with him is I'm in the dance that he's selecting, and I've selected in my head.
Yeah.
What's the next song coming? And he did play.
Oh wow!
Over not 1, not 2, not 3 times, many times.
Oh, that's deep.
Yes.
So it's not that he's heard you do that.
No, it's within him. He's born with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay. And that must be a nice moment.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay. So it's the standard closing questions. Would you go to work naked for £1 million?
No.
So you don't need to think about that one. Okay. What's great about your life right now?
Living.
Living. Yeah. So yeah, health and strength.
Yes. Well.
Very much like Fitzroy's feeling.
Yeah. You wake. I can wake up in the morning and say good morning.
Okay.
A lot of plenty. You have plenty of rich people. I know rich people out there.
Many.
Them still can't say good morning.
Right.
You know, if we either write it down and make signs or anything like that.
I hear you.
But you can wake up and you can say good morning.
Right. I understand. And if you were a cartoon character, who would you be and why?
I'm not a cartoon.
You're not a cartoon. So if you were a superhero figure, who would you be and why?
I'm not a superhero.
So that question doesn't apply.
No.
That's a pity.
No.
You're Fat Man.
I'm Fat Man.
And that's enough.
That's where I stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fat Man.